Welcome to the TripleCrown Conversations podcast. My name is Tyler Pumphrey, and I'm here with Hayden All, a.k.a. Muffin, and Austin Cardish. You all excited to get this very first episode underway?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
For sure.
So, I want to have Muffin, first of all, explain why he's called Muffin before we get the video going.
It makes sense. I work at a bakery. I don't make muffins. Honestly, I make donuts, but I work at a bakery, so it makes sense. But when I was a freshman in high school, it just kind of stuck. I don't know. The seniors kind of gave me a name like that, and it stuck my whole year in high school. That's all I hear anymore. I don't even hear my regular name anymore. It's just Muffin.
And yeah, just so everyone knows, I think I've maybe called him Hayden maybe twice. So, and then we got Austin over here, the Steelers fan from Cincinnati. How'd that even work?
I just wanted something different, man. Like everybody,
he wanted to
grow
be different.
You grew up in a city with sports, and it's just like expectations, Steelers or Bengals, Reds, and all of that. And I just wanted to be different.
So you picked the Steelers?
Yeah.
They hate
the
Bengals. The rivals.
They hate
it,
but it is what it is.
All right, so mainly this podcast is going to be about sports, but we'll also talk a little bit about, our lives too, what's going on in our lives. And so NFL teams, I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately. Muffin
I'm even worse, a Browns fan.
Yeah, and then obviously Austin's a Steelers fan.
I'm proud of that. Y'all can.
We all like Kentucky basketball, Kentucky football. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead.
To be fair, Austin is a Buckeyes fan.
I am. Being from Ohio.
He is
Most
from
people
Ohio.
from Ohio love the Buckeyes. So,
well, I don't know.
But he watches Kentucky.
Yeah,
so.
I could watch Kentucky.
You can be a fan.
I
don't know.
As long as he's in the basement, he's a fan.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the Chiefs and Ravens game that was on Sunday. The AFC Championship. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 17-10. Patrick Mahomes 30 for 39.
That's crazy.
With one touchdown, no interceptions. He played pretty well, didn't he?
Yeah, he played really good, and I think that Lamar had the chance to win it, but I feel like that he sold it there towards the end. Zay Flowers fumbled that in the end zone, cost him that 7 points. That would have tied it right there.
Mm-hmm. And the Super Bowl theory, Austin, didn't live up to the script.
The script was not right this time.
Yeah, the Super Bowl logo was purple
Niners,
and red.
Ravens.
So now
I think it's pretty much set up. They want Kelsey to propose to Swift. That's just what it's set up for.
Yeah, don't even get me started about seeing Taylor Swift every time Travis Kelce catches the ball. Taylor Swift is on the screen. But yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. That might happen actually. He proposes to Taylor
Prize
Swift
Picks
at the
and all
Super
these
Bowl.
gambling places is going to owe me some money if they find out the script is real.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Ravens, though, they also cost themselves that game with all the penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Like unnecessary roughness, Flowers taunting after that big catch.
Yeah, but they didn't give none to Kelsey whenever he'd get up and get on them and stuff. I didn't understand none of that. I thought the calls were a bit one-sided to the Chiefs, but
you got to be smart in those situations.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in a big game like that. And it's just, Lamar just can't get it done in the big games. He's kind of like Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Kelce went off, though. 11 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. He played really well the other night.
Hey, he sucked it up the regular season, but he's been going off in the past this run right now, this playoffs run. He's been going off.
So now we're going to talk about the other game, the NFC Championship game between the Lions and the 49ers. The Lions had this game in the bag.
Yeah,
they were
they
up
did.
27. What was it? 27-10 at halftime.
Yeah, it was crazy. 27-10. That's, I'm just glad that they made it there at least. It's the first time since 1955 or something. It's crazy, but
yeah, Austin, I really thought I thought it was going to be Chiefs Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, you're up, what would y'all say, 27-10?
27-10.
And Campbell's talking about in his opening press conference biting kneecaps. Well, I guess the bite wasn't that hard,
Get up and bite him back. Get up and bite him back, he said.
So they ended up losing.
But they had the chance to tie it up with the kick, and Dan Campbell said, "No, we ain't doing that. We gonna go for it like he has all season." But
yeah,
I can't blame him for that. But I wouldn't do it in that situation. Go for the tie. And,
like coming up, you got losing seasons. You got nothing to lose. Now you come into the Cowboys game, and you make bad calls. You know, you could have took it to overtime after 3.
What week
3
was that?
missed
Was that
attempts.
week 15?
Yeah,
It's like
something
one
like
of the
that.
last weeks, yeah.
And then just decision making. You can't be like that. You got to take the points in the NFL when they're presented to you. And coaches, they go too much on analytics nowadays, and it costs them.
Yeah.
He went for a ton. I mean, that he went for, what did he go for? Twice? Fourth. He was on like the 20-yard line on one of them for a field goal. He had an easy field goal, put him up. I think it was maybe.
Yeah, he would have
30
tied the
to-
game if he
yeah.
had kicked one of them.
Yeah. So his decision making was definitely questionable.
I
in
mean,
that
some
game.
people's questioning his job on the line. I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
No, he's a
he's
good
only
coach.
improved every year. He's
Yeah.
went what 3-12 to 9-3, and then now I don't know. He's only improved, so I don't see no reason to firing him.
When you take the Lions all the way to the NFC Championship game, that means you're a pretty good coach.
Oh yeah, the Lions is a poverty team for sure, but
If they keep him though, they'll be.
he's only
playoffs
improved.
about
So
every year.
we'll see what happens next year.
Plus, was there a drought like 30+ years?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, how do you fire a coach, you know,
And hosted the first 2 playoff games.
yeah, at home?
Mhm.
Something Lions fans have been dying for.
Yeah.
And they get it, and now you want to fire the guy?
Eminem was up there flipping everybody off and everything in the Niners section.
Yeah.
He's going off on them and stuff.
But,
at
you know,
halftime.
that talking too early. You got to make sure they get the job done before you start talking. So.
So we're gonna stay on the NFL. My Cowboys defense coordinator Dan Quinn just got hired.
This is breaking news.
Literally about
Breaking
2 hours
news,
ago.
yeah.
Hired by the Washington Commanders as their head coach. I didn't. I don't know about that move for the Commanders. Really, I mean, he was a good defensive coordinator, but
He
when
was.
when he was with the Falcons before he became the Cowboys defense coordinator, he was the one that blew the 27-6 lead to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he's a good good defensive coordinator, but I don't know about that move for the Commanders, Austin.
Yeah, you know, Washington, how bad they've been recently. You know, Ron Rivera gets fired, and you bring in Dan Quinn when Mike Vrabel's out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
there's
Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel. That didn't make any sense to me. I don't know where they're going to go now. They're going to have to take OC and DC jobs at this point.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'd like to see Vrabel in Dallas.
Yeah, that'd be nice. See him at
as a
DC.
I would
DC?
actually like that. Yeah,
You know?
I don't think they will. Honestly,
Move the current head coach to OC and then make
McCarthy?
him the head coach.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
And the thing is, with Vrabel, I was surprised he was fired in Tennessee.
I don't see the point of firing him in Tennessee either.
And
I
then
mean,
he doesn't get no offers. Like they said, Belichick, his problem was he wants too much power, which I understand that. But like, what's going on with Vrabel?
yeah,
It makes you wonder.
I doubt they'll bring in Vrabel. I hope they do, but I doubt he'll take the defensive coordinator job. I think I've seen somewhere where their passing game coordinator, Joe Witt Jr., I think is his name. They're looking at promoting him. I don't really know much about him. I think he was a DC for the Falcons there for a while, under Dan Quinn, I'm pretty sure.
everyone from the Falcons is leaving. Even their head coach has just left.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Arthur Smith, Falcons' former head coach,
Uh-oh,
goes to
to
the
the Steelers.
Steelers. Offensive coordinator. That's a pretty good hire, in my opinion.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think it is.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't think it was. I mean, I think they had a lot more options out there compared to him, and they did bring in some other options, which I thought would have been better, but I don't like the hire. But
He was with the Titans before he went and became the head coach of the Falcons, and I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, he got a head coaching job with the Titans, but he also had Derrick Henry.
he
Ryan
did do
Tannehill
really.
in
Yeah,
his
that's what I
prime.
was gonna say. He had the Falcons this year with a bunch of young guns, and he didn't show nothing too impressive to me. With the he was the offensive coordinator too for him and the head coach. So I didn't think it was. They didn't do much with these young guys, which I think the Steelers have a lot of. So I really don't think that was a good hire for him. But we'll see, I guess.
Austin, what do you think?
I love it personally. The guy had the number 2 and number 3 ranked offense and rushing touchdowns in Tennessee.
But he had Derrick
You know,
Henry though.
He did have Derrick Henry, but the thing is with Derrick Henry, he's got to get past the line of scrimmage before he can actually get going.
That is true.
And if you hit him behind the line of scrimmage, there's a good chance you can stop him. Now, with our offense, our strengths are rushing attack. We got Najee, we got Jalen. I think we can do really good. And then he also provided Tannehill with the opportunity to succeed with the play action, and he was really good at that. And Kenny, it showed like stats. He's real good.
But is Kenny going to be the quarterback is the real question.
See, I think Kenny's going to be the quarterback, and I think this is exactly what Kenny needs. Kenny needs a good OC to come in, actually coach him up, and help him develop in a truly good manner. Get your offensive game going. Run game, Kenny didn't really have a run game early on last season. Under Canada, he was kind of flat, so I'm excited to see what he can bring to this offense.
If Kenny Pickett doesn't do good with Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator, I think it might be time to give up on Kenny Pickett.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they did see Mike Tomlin talking to Bo Nix at the thing the other day.
The thing is about that, like, when you got a quarterback like Mason Rudolph, who's a free agent, of course you want him back, but you still have to keep your options open.
Yeah.
Like, what if Mason doesn't come back, and then we get rid of Mitch?
I could see someone else picking
Then
Mason
we need
up.
someone. And then also we need more competition to light that fire under Kenny, because he gets a new OC, he gets that fire. It's maybe what he needs. But Tomlin hasn't shied away in recent years of saying, I'm going to evaluate all kinds of talent. Like, he doesn't. He goes, if it's a first round pick or 7th round pick, he's going to find you.
Yeah.
And he's going to interview you.
Well, they're going to be at least over 500.
Yeah, as long as Mike Tomlin's
he
there.
is the king at going at least 500.
Getting that
every
one
single
win
year.
over whatever, he's over 500.
So,
Which is crazy, because every year it's somebody's
it's impressive. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
impressive.
impressive.
Every year, someone's like, they're going to finish under 500. They're going to finish.
I did say
in
that
the
this
division.
year, especially when Pickett got hurt and they started losing. I said that this year.
Yeah,
And
but
then
what
some
happened?
At the end, he pulled
We,
out a
we
random
picked up a
quarterback
rushing
again.
game,
Pulled out Mason Rudolph out of nowhere.
Yeah, Rudolph.
I'll give it to him this
Rudolph
year.
saved
That's
Christmas this year.
crazy.
Thank God.
All right, so we're going to move on to college basketball now.
Uh-oh.
Kentucky.
It's going to get Tyler fired up, baby.
Kentucky drops to 15-5 after losing to Florida last night at home. Florida is now 15-6, so that was a bad loss last night. Kentucky comes into the game at ranked number 10 in the country, without DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards, which I think, especially DJ, are pretty bad losses. DJ starting point guard kind of gets everyone where they need to be. That way, yesterday they had to move Reed Shepherd to point guard, which he's pretty good there, but he also played 45 minutes.
He performed, though, at least where they's missing. I mean, he performed there at least.
He did good, but they also got exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
They played 5 guys the last 10 minutes of the game, and in overtime. It went into overtime. So pretty much the last 15 minutes of the game, they played the same 5 guys, and they were gassed last night. Ugonna Onyenso, he played really good. 13 points, 16 rebounds. Muffin, he had 8 blocks.
That's crazy. That's crazy numbers.
I remember when they recruited Ugo to Kentucky, and they said that he was the best shot blocker in high school basketball. I didn't really believe it, but
8 blocks is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more than NBA players. That you don't see.
he almost
that.
had a triple double in points, rebounds, and blocks. Trey Mitchell didn't have a very good game last night, but I mean, like I was saying, every single one of these guys, their minutes are way up there. Reed Shepherd played 45 minutes last night.
45 minutes is crazy.
Yeah, you can't expect him to play well when he's playing. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulties there.
Someone's alarm went off.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. Reed Shepherd, Austin made a good point. He played the whole entire game yesterday, and Reeves is a candidate for SEC Player of the Year. He played 37. Trey Mitchell 38. Ugo 33. Rob Dillingham 39.
Starters had to perform up playing 40-something minutes. I mean, they had to.
Yeah, with DJ and Justin out, that was a bad loss, but I don't know. I mean, they have gotten better, especially defensive rebounding. I mean, Ugo had 16 rebounds yesterday, but they have got to. Their defense ain't much better, and without DJ, they really struggled stopping the ball yesterday. Florida had a guy that made 7 threes yesterday. They made 12 threes overall. Austin, that's pretty crazy for a college team to make 12 threes.
Oh, of course.
So they play Tennessee on Saturday. Top 10 matchup as of right now. Tennessee also lost to South Carolina on Tuesday. So both teams coming off a loss in Rupp. Kentucky should win, but I don't know about it with DJ.
We used to have a diehard. Me and Austin used to work with a diehard Tennessee fan, and every time these Kentucky-Tennessee games would come up, he'd be like, Here comes the bourbon barrel, boys. Who's gonna get it this year, boys? I can see Kentucky winning this one, actually, coming off of this. I mean, this is the first game they've actually scored 90 in the past three, which they was averaging 90 before these last three games, but now I think they've moved down a little bit. But coming off the past two, scoring 60 points and 65, 60, something like that. I mean, finally they put up 91, but it went into overtime. But, I mean, Kentucky's going to have to find something out with the rebounding and the defense. I mean, especially when we're playing guys 45 minutes, we can't expect them to do both.
This game on Saturday is a must win, I think. I mean, you put yourself in a bad position, especially for the bracket now. I mean, I came into the year, I don't know about you, Muffin, but I was thinking 1, 2, at worst 3 seed. Right now they're projected probably a 5 seed.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more too. I was expecting the 3 seed maybe. That was going to be my projection, but going to 5 that's crazy now.
So I think this game against Tennessee is a really important game. They really need to have this one because they still have to go to Tennessee at the end of the year, and they got to go to Auburn. Those are both going to be pretty tough games. Austin, you have any thoughts about that?
I'm not a big college basketball fan, but I had Kentucky winning by at least 5 in this game. I thought they won by 2 last game. They played them, and
And that's surprising because they was away on the last game.
Yeah, and they were looking real good early on. We were watching it at work, and it looked like Kentucky was doing really well.
Kind of back and forth there for a little bit.
Yeah, and then it came down to the wire in the fourth, and they obviously go to overtime, and they just blow it.
Players got gassed.
Fatigue, gassed, everything.
Kentucky was up 4 with 17 seconds left to go in that game.
Is it about time for Calipari to leave, Tyler?
I don't
mean,
think
he's got
so.
a lifetime contract, doesn't
he? He won't. They can't fire him because of his buyout. I don't think it's time for him to leave. But a lot of people around here do. You'd be surprised at how many people want Calipari gone.
I mean, he'd be a good recruiter. I think they'd sign him as recruiter.
But you can't just fire a Hall of Fame head coach like Cal. They can bring in another good recruiting class next year. I will say though, losses like this for Kentucky it's unacceptable, really. They cannot lose at home to Florida. Now, college basketball is a lot better than it was in years past. I seen a stat yesterday. I think it was, or this morning, it was Kentucky had lost 5 games at home overall from 2010, which is Cal's first year, to 2017. And from 2017 to 2024, they have lost like 12 or 13 home games to unranked opponents. But I think college basketball is just much better than it used to be. When Cal first got here, the SEC was maybe averaging 3-4 teams in the tournament every year. SEC might get 9 teams in the tournament this year.
Yeah, the SEC's really stepped it up these past few years. I mean, it's even in football. I mean, it's always been dominant in football, but these past years has been crazy. I know this year wasn't, but past few years has been SEC dominated.
They dominate in every sport, really. Baseball, they're the best in baseball too. But yeah, Kentucky right now probably a 5 seed, probably a 4 or 5 seed. I think they'll win a few games. I think they'll win Saturday against Tennessee if DJ and Justin both play.
Are they supposed to?
It's kind of a must-win, though.
It is a must-win.
You got to get some momentum going on here soon.
Have you heard if they're playing yet? Is there any?
They said DJ had an ankle injury. I don't really know what Justin.
Throw some tape on it, son. Throw some tape on it. Do something.
So they need to play. If they don't play, I don't think they'll win, especially DJ. Because Reed Shepherd can't play 45 minutes again.
No. And then, speaking of Calipari, what's y'all's opinion on lifetime contracts?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think anyone should have a lifetime contract. If somebody certainly declines, I don't think it's fair to keep them there. I mean, I don't like that.
If you look up his record since they gave him the lifetime contract, it's not very good.
Yeah, after the lifetime contract, it's only went down. I mean, that's like most. I mean, a lot of players now, though, once you get signed, they just get hurt or disappear. I don't know. But
you also got to think, when they gave him that lifetime contract, he was about to go to UCLA. UCLA had offered him a lot more money. I think he's making $9 million a year with Kentucky right now. They had offered him, I think, up to $12 million a year to come to UCLA and coach. So they basically, Mitch Barnhart, which is Kentucky's athletic director, had to give him a lifetime contract to be able to make him stay, really. Because you can't let him go to UCLA.
No, of course not. And, I'm with Hayden on this one. I don't like the contract, but I think isn't it like certain years that go by, they have to pay out less.
I think it goes less
So,
and less every year.
I mean that's a positive in it, but it's like how many years do you actually want him to coach? But I mean, if he steps it up here lately, who knows? They go on a run, get to the tournament, make it, and win it all. You know,
They need to make it to the elite, at least the Elite Eight this year, in my opinion.
of course
They can win a national championship. I mean, they have the offense to win a national championship. The big question is just their defense and defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
But it really all, I mean, the tournament's random. It really all just depends on what seed you get, what the draw is. If they get a 5 seed, they're going to be playing a 12.
I mean, last year it was San Diego State. Nobody's seen that coming. I mean,
It's
random.
it could always, you never know with the SEC what'll happen. I mean,
It's also the thing with the bracket. You got so many underdogs.
I actually had San Diego State. I drawed from a thing
Yeah,
we was
you
doing
did.
at work. I
Yeah,
pulled
I can
out
vouch
of San
for that.
Diego State, and I didn't expect them to do anything. I about threw the tickets away, and
You actually traded Kentucky
I traded
for 'em.
Kentucky away
for like
San
4
Diego
teams,
State.
yeah.
Because our boss is a huge Kentucky fan, so he said he'll give me 4 of these different random teams for Kentucky. I got San Diego State, and somehow I went to they ended up going all the way, so I didn't win, obviously.
They made it to the national championship game last year.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I didn't end up winning, but I didn't expect them to do all that.
It's like brackets. Brackets every year are busted because of one team
Oh, yeah.
or a few teams.
Who was it the 2 years ago? That one team that nobody expected. The gym was like the smallest gym in the tournament.
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah,
That was last year. Too.
Was it last
Yeah.
year? One of them, they just went on a roll, and they had like the worst gym in the whole thing. Like it was less than a high school team or something.
Yeah,
and
of course.
they ended up going all like throughout the whole thing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Last year it was UConn, Miami, Florida Atlantic, and San Diego State in the Final Four. It was a very random Final Four.
I didn't get my brackets right. I know that for sure.
I don't think anybody. I think there's no perfect brackets
Yeah,
left at the Final Four last year. So we'll go ahead and change subjects. Now, this is one of the questions that was submitted by one of our good friends, Micah Mullins. Shout out, Micah.
There you go, Micah.
He wanted to know what we thought about the Bengals' plan for the offseason was, especially with T. Higgins being a free agent this offseason. None of us are Bengals fans, but I kind of keep up with them a little bit considering they're local. I think I get a lot of friends that are Bengals fans too.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Everyone around here is a Bengals fan,
Yeah.
it seems like.
It seems like everything that I read, though, it looks like they're going to let go of T. Higgins.
Well, they kind of have to with all the money they're put into their quarterback and stuff. They don't have too much of an option right now. I mean, I could see T. Higgins leaving. I think Austin told me the other day he was considering the Steelers.
No, I was talking Tyler Boyd.
Oh, Tyler Boyd, my bad.
Because he's going to be a free agent as well.
Yeah, he's going to be
They
a free
don't
agent
expect
too.
him to come back with the young receivers they drafted last year. So
I mean, Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins leaving, you're relying on Jamar Chase, and I mean, that's about all you have right now in receiver-wise.
But the thing is with the Bengals and this, I think they tag him, and I think he's gonna have to. You're gonna have to sign him, like regardless.
long term.
Like last year, I said in the offseason they should have traded him and found a way to keep Jesse Bates, their safety, and he went to Atlanta. He's balling.
Jesse Bates had a career year, yeah.
Oh, of course. And then this year, T. Higgins hurt. Production wasn't as up to par as it has been, and
I mean, they
it's
put all
going to
this
cost
money
you.
into him, and now he hurt himself the first. I think it was like the first 5 games he hurt himself. They put all this money into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really, other than T. Higgins, I mean, obviously Joe Burrow's going to be back next year from his elbow injury. They need to, it seems like the main thing the Bengals always need to work on is offensive line. It seems like Joe Burrow's getting hit every single time he drops back. So I would assume
That's always been the problem for the Bengals.
I would assume that would be one of the big things that they need to do this offseason is look into the offensive line. Maybe they should keep T. Higgins. Now that I'm thinking about it, he's going to ask for wide receiver 1 money though.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna want wide receiver 1, and they're not gonna just leave Jamar Chase. He's gonna stay number 1. Jamar Chase will be. That's Joe Burrow's number 1 target. So
And they lost their offensive coordinator. Brian Callahan went to the Titans.
He went to the Titans, didn't he? Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
That was wild. I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Bengals, they're projected to go offensive line in the first round again. It's like they haven't been able to hit so far, and it's like I wouldn't reach for an offensive lineman, honestly. I would focus on getting my back half of my secondary upgraded. I mean, you got Jordan Battle, who's all rookie, and you got Nick Scott. They like Nick Scott. I personally don't like Nick Scott. And you need a corner because you don't know what Mike Hilton's going to do, or Awuzie. And then, you got to make sure everybody's healthy. If I'm them, though, I'm lighting the fire under Burrow, saying cancel out all the endorsements and the commercials and just focus on you, man. This offseason, focus on your health, focus on just getting better and all that.
Well, it seems like nowadays any quarterback that gets signed to crazy money's been just sitting or getting hurt. I mean, it's crazy when you give them these big contracts. I mean, look at Deshaun Watson. I mean, he got like what, $200 million for 4 years or something, and he couldn't even play the first 12. Couldn't even play the first few games, and then comes out and just gets hurt every thumb injury. Just throw some tape on it. I mean, hell. I mean, come on. You can't just keep getting hurt and saying you're hurt. Go out there and play. Do something. Win your money. I mean.
And the thing about the Bengals as well, I think this year they need to really look at tight end. Like, Bowers is one that I like, but will he be there when they're picking?
They had
up?
Herb Smith, didn't they?
Herb Smith didn't do anything. So Tanner Hudson
I was expecting him to do a lot more.
Yeah, Tanner Hudson was their best tight end last year, but I think he's a solid number 2. And you just need that number 1 threat on the tight end to cover the middle of the field. And if you're going to lose Boyd and, Higgins is up in the air, you're going to need another threat. And tight end's nice. And they can also use...
There was another kid that I was watching last year that he kept on target and had longer hair. I don't remember.
Receiver?
Yeah.
That's our Irwin.
He stepped it up whenever Jamar Chase went out. I thought he looked pretty good. He looked decent. I mean... I could see him taking T. Higgins' spot pretty well, but
they got the rookie. I can't remember his name. It's like Yoshivas or something, and he looked really good. He scored a couple touchdowns. Charlie Jones is a decent little punt and kick returner.
You could always go that route and not sign T. Higgins and try and find a rookie somewhere in there in the receiving room.
I don't think Brock Bowers will be available by the time they pick. When do they pick? When do the Bengals pick? That's in the middle of the first round.
Probably I think it's like 17, 18?
Speaking of picks, who's going to go first? Who do you think's going to go first?
Definitely Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams to the Bears?
Yeah.
I'd
personally go with the receiver. Go with Marvin Harrison Jr. or somebody.
I would go with
Fields
the
a target.
But the problem is, it's value right at that point. At number 1, you're not going to want to draft a wide receiver number 1 over a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think the Bears, they would be smart to go after Marvin, but they should move back a spot or 2. Allow someone to come up, take Caleb Williams, and then you got Justin Fields there with his 18.
18.
Yeah.
Bengals pick 18.
Yeah.
He won't. There's no way Brock Bowers would be available by then. He was an animal at Georgia last year. I'd say he might go top 10 as a tight end. If not 10, at least 12, 13.
Of course. But back to, like I was saying, Justin Fields has got that connection with DJ Moore. DJ Moore likes him. They need linemen, so I'd go Marvin Harrison after I move out, get an extra pick, and then go lineman.
If you move out right now, you'd get you a lot more, I'd say. I'd move out as well.
Even if you move out a pick or 2, because everybody's hyping up Caleb Williams like he's the greatest quarterback to ever come out of college.
Yeah, he was wanting like half ownership or part ownership in the team when he got signed. That's crazy.
And the NFL just doesn't do that. And I think, honestly, in my comparison, he's another Kyler Murray. I think he's a little bit taller, but I think he's Kyler Murray. That's my comparison.
Play style, yeah.
And I wouldn't take him number 1, honestly.
Who would you take number 1, Austin?
Number 1, like quarterback or overall?
Overall for the Bears. If the Bears were picking number 1.
I honestly, if I'm the Bears, I'm trading back. I'm getting extra picks. I'm going to stay in position to be able to get Marvin Harrison to pair up with DJ Moore and Cole Kmet and give Justin Fields those weapons while allowing him to run.
I agree. I think they should move back to 4 or 5 because they also have the number 9 pick. You remember the Bears actually picked number 9, but they got the Panthers. That trade they made with the Panthers for DJ Moore, that was an awful trade for the Panthers. I don't know what they were doing. They got the number 1 pick in that trade too.
Yeah. Yeah, and who's number 3? I think Washington, honestly, they're number 2, but I think Washington sticks with Sam Howell.
Oh, yeah.
I think you need to address too many needs. And honestly, I'd trade back if I were them as well. I'd get as many picks as I can, and I fill the holes in my team.
If for some reason Caleb Williams doesn't go number 1, though, I definitely think the Commanders are taking Williams at number 2.
Yeah, or does New England at 3
New
move up to
England, I'd
number
prefer.
1?
I'd rather see him go to New England. Yeah.
Caleb Williams in New England? New
I
England
don't know
moves up to number 1?
Nobody knows. I mean, how this new coach is going to work out or nothing. So it could be a good thing for Williams, but
Yeah. I don't think Washington addresses wide receiver early in the draft. They're probably going maybe O-line or
I was gonna
edge.
say they got a good running back and wide receiver rookies right now. I think.
Yeah, but I can honestly see New England moving up. Then Chicago moves to 3, gets Marv. New England gets Caleb Williams.
I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I guarantee that I'd say the Bears will try and move their number 1 is what I think, but you never know with them.
Yep. So let's move on. We'll move on to Major League Baseball now. Also, another one of Micah's questions was the Reds season predictions. So, Reds.
It's your season prediction, Tyler.
Are we all Reds fans?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm an Indians fan. Cleveland Indians.
Whoa, Guardians there, man.
Don't get me canceled. I've always called them the Indians. I've never really. I don't think the name change really mattered to me. I'll still call them the Indians to this day. I don't care.
Funny story. Actually, me and Muffin went to a Reds game a few years ago, and Muffin actually got me my first Major League Baseball during batting practice.
Hey, I had a Washington hat on.
Yeah.
I had a Washington, and they's out there taking
We
BP.
went and seen the Reds and Nationals play at Cincinnati, and he got me my first ever MLB baseball. I still got it up there in my room right now. So.
I think I caught, what, 2 of them?
Yeah, you caught
I gave them all away, but I caught 2. I caught a few of them there.
So yeah, Reds. They're projected 15th right now in the power rankings to begin the season. I actually think they'll be a little bit higher than that. That's good. 15th right now would be 3rd in their division. Me personally, I think they'll win their division this year. They got some good signings over the offseason with Heimer Candelario. He was their biggest signing. He plays 3rd, 1st, corner infield. They got some pitching too. They got some bullpen arms and Nick Martinez and Emilio Pagan and a starter in Frankie Montas. So he was injured last year, played for the Yankees, didn't pitch much. But the pitching market right now for their MLB is insane. They gave Frankie Montas, who was injured all last year, they gave him $16 million on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I think those 3 pitchers will actually do pretty well for them this year, and they got to have their young guys step up. And Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McClain, they got to continue to build off the year that they had last year. But yeah, I actually think the Reds are a little bit undervalued here, underrated at 15. What do you think, Muffin?
Pitcher mark anywhere right now is crazy. Look at Shohei. He can't even pitch this year. What'd he get?
$700 million.
Most ever from a
10-year
pitcher
deal.
/ outfielder. I don't see that. I mean, I don't see the point in that. A guy that can't even pitch this year, that got hurt last year from pitching. It's always risky picking up a pitcher anyway that's coming off a hurt year. I mean, pitcher market's too high right now, way too high.
Dodgers have had an insane offseason. They got him and
his buddy, Shohei's
Yamamoto.
buddy.
Yeah, Yamamoto. He's another starter from Japan. They gave him $400 million. MLB needs to implement a salary cap.
Yeah, you'd think they would with every other sport having one.
Yeah.
I mean, you really think they would.
If the Dodgers don't win it this year, that is highly disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they literally have an all-star team. So, Austin, you got any thoughts about that?
Yeah, about the Reds, man. I agree. I honestly think they can finish 1st or 2nd in the division, make the playoffs. The problem with the Reds, though, is how are they going to figure out the infield rotation? I mean, you got India, De La Cruz, Marte. You got Encarnacion Strand, McClain. He's a dog. I think he's our best hitter. McClain is. And then can we stay healthy? And then can Ellie learn to lay off the breaking pitch down and away?
Mm-hmm.
Like anything in the dirt, it seemed like he swung on last year. But we've seen how electric he can be when he's on it, especially against the Braves. He hit for the cycle that Saturday night.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
game.
an amazing game. We were down. He single-handedly helped us come back in that game, and
That was when we won 17 straight, I believe.
Yeah,
and still missed the playoffs. So, but yeah, they do have a log jam in the infield right now. With all their guys, their outfield's pretty solid too. T.J. Friedel, Jake Fraley, Spencer Steer's going to move to left field. He's also another infielder that they brought up. Tyler Stevenson, their catcher, has to play better this year though. He had a down year in 2023. If they're going to win the division and make the playoffs this year, he's got to have a better year. They also need to stay healthy. Their pitching staff, Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, he's got to stay healthy. He barely made 3 starts last year. Lodolo did.
Oh yeah.
Ashcraft. Like I said, Frankie Montas, they're bringing him in this year. So their pitching, they should be a solid team. They should make the playoffs, I think.
They should have made it last year, really.
I'm excited about Abbott, too. Mm-hmm. Abbott's one of the most underrated people. And you're talking about a line or a pitching rotation that may allow him to slide down to the third or fourth option. It's like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
Abbott,
rookies last year were
like he's going to come in to spring training. You know, he's not going to have all the innings on him, but can he provide what he provided last year? That's a question mark. With being a second-year player, sometimes you kind of slide down in production, but we'll see. We'll see.
If they their rookies last year were very good. I mean, they had Christian Carlos Strand, Matt McClain, Ellie De La Cruz,
Marte.
Yeah, Marte, Abbott. They had all kinds of guys debut last year from their farm system. So they're very young still. So season starts here in a few weeks. Spring training, pitchers and catchers report here, not next week, but the week after, I'm pretty sure.
And then Will Benson in outfield, extremely underrated.
Yeah.
With a nice bat, power, contact, can run the bases. So.
Spring training games start this month. At the end of the month, they start playing spring training games.
Crazy.
So about another month and a half, 2 months before the regular season begins. But I think the Reds should be solid this year for about the first time, and feels like my lifetime. But if you all don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and start wrapping everything up. Austin, Muffin, you got anything?
Well, I had a quick game we was going to do. I brought these boys some...
You going
to do trivia?
I brought us a... Here, sign in that.
Yeah.
All right, so I was thinking of an idea over this past week for us to do here, something fun and different. So I brought in...
I don't know if we should implement the hot sauce.
I brought these boys. We're going to have a trivia contest with this sports. But, hey, there is an upside. Winner will get this, which I'm real big into sports cards. Winner will get this. Herbert Jones, PSA 9, boys. But we're going to start with some trivia here. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Go ahead, hit me.
Who is the NFL's all-time receiving leader?
Jerry Rice.
Ding.
Was it right?
Yep. Tyler's got one up.
What are we going to?
We'll go first
What
to
do we
five.
go?
First to five.
Let's go first to 3 because we're already at 38.
First to 3. All right. Who's the NFL all-time leading rusher, Austin?
Leading rusher? What's it, Emmitt Smith?
Ding! He got it. Which 2 franchises, Tyler, have won the most Super Bowls?
Cowboys and Steelers.
No.
Oh,
No.
No. Austin, tell him one of them.
It's the Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers in New England.
Yeah, Patriots.
All right, Austin, you're up. I mean, you got the
Does that
chance
count as
here.
a point?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got one. He's got one, but you... Which 2 teams have purple uniforms?
2 teams, Ravens and Vikings.
Ding! There you go, boy.
That's kind of easy, bro.
Which player, Tyler, is the Man of the Year award named after in the NFL?
Oh,
Man, that's a tough one.
I know it.
Oh, Walter Payton.
Yeah.
Walter Payton,
Okay,
there
I
you
was
go.
about to say,
All right, y'all both got... All right, Tyler. Austin could end it here.
Do I get a chance to match?
We'll give you a chance,
Okay.
yeah. How many offensive line, Austin, are in normal formation?
5.
Ding! Uh-oh, Tyler. This is, How many games is the NFL regular season? Redemption here.
18.
Wrong.
Good luck, buddy.
Is there not a week 18?
No, it's 17.
The bye week.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the bye week.
Bye week.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Austin won this, son.
Appreciate it.
All right, Tyler. You got to take a little.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not going to
No,
hit you hard.
let's
Yeah, barely do it.
I'm not going to hit you hard.
don't
No,
give him
here,
a
here.
shot. Give him
Oh,
a
I'm
teaspoon.
not. I will. All right, Tyler. Tell us what that tastes like. Tell us what that tastes like.
Go give me a water. Go give me a water.
You don't want to end it off here?
No.
Is that some good stuff or what?
Hey, I'll
Yeah.
sit here in a second.
I wouldn't put that on anything. My goodness.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's pretty.
He's
what is
over
that?
here panting. Garlic. Hot sauce.
Muffin's over here trying to kill me on this. What card is this? Herbert Jones?
Yeah, he plays for the Pelicans now.
Yeah, he played at
Which I'm real big into cards, I think. I mean, everyone knows, but...
at Alabama.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I played at Alabama in college. He was on that really good team.
Well, maybe Tyler will get redemption next time. We'll hit him with
I
it
can't
next
believe
time.
I missed that last week.
17,
I
but
was
there's
thinking,
a bye week.
I know,
yeah.
I was thinking week 18, and I forgot about the bye week.
You had a water, bro.
I think next week, though, next week...
there was water in the little thing.
Was there?
Yeah, I'll just
chug
Next week, I think we're going to bring on the topic of the Super Bowl. We're having the Super Bowl next week, boys. And I think we're having a special guest on, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting to have him on.
possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see what happens. But I think we're going to... We finally got the mic and stuff working, but we're going to see what happens this week. This is kind of our first episode, so hopefully everything goes according to plan. But
All right, so we're...
Before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to some of the boys back home. You know, if you got a Kick or a Twitch, I need you to go follow Join My Hit List. That's join_my_hit list on Kick and Twitch, all capitals, and then the Bald Father on Twitch and Kick as well. They really appreciate
we
it.
had a little shout out too, don't we?
We'll get to that next video. We'll get to that
But
next video.
we'll put the names in the comment section under our video, and you can follow if you'd like. Hit List is currently in process of trying to get affiliate to where he can earn money and revenue from Kick. So go drop him a follow if you're on those platforms, and he'd appreciate it.
What are those? Just streaming platforms?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end it up here. If you give us some more ideas on what we should talk about. Mainly, we just talked a lot about sports today.
But yeah, we're going to bring up other stuff later on.
What
But
about the name?
Yeah. So we also, that's a good point. We're also gonna do a poll, either under the comment section or on Instagram, about the name. So we've been going back and forth on TripleCrown Conversations or Mostly Opinionated. So let us know which one you all like, or even if you have any other ideas, we're open to ideas. So go ahead and comment either Mostly Opinionated or TripleCrown Conversations, and we'll also probably do a poll on the Instagram as well. You can follow us there.
and make sure to share and give us a subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead
Make
and
sure to share it too, for sure.
like the video, subscribe. What's the Instagram handle? Muffin? Is it triple?
It's TripleCrown _conversations.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and give us a follow on there. Appreciate everyone watching. We're going to do about one video a week probably, so hopefully around into next week again we'll do another video. This will be posted here in a few days. But thank you all for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
See it.
Hell yeah, boys.
There you go.
Hit it.